as grow old and study, have a lot of experience in life, and think of the people who have lived on this world and gone, then a thought comes as it has come into our mind, my mind, that there are souls that come on this earth with different reasons. And these special souls, when they come on this earth, they are sent by God. They are special souls, special people with different divine powers in their own different ways. Same as the devil's people do come. They have the evil power. But I will be talking only about the souls that are sent by God for His own purpose. While I was reading the book of Exodus in the Holy Scripture, I found a narration where during the wilderness, when they reached at a certain place, the Hebrews were very thirsty. There was no water in the desert. Therefore, they started grumbling. And Moses was told by God to take the stem, the branch of a tree, put it in the water, because the water was so bitter. Whatever water they found in a certain place was very, very bitter. They couldn't drink, nor their animals could drink. So God told him to put that branch in the water. The bitter water became sweet water for them to drink and move further for in their journey. Moses, if you see his life, was placed in a certain place, born to a Hebrew parents, saved by God, found by the princess of the sister of Pharaoh. He was brought up in the palace like a king's son. All the education, the high standards of living, and the power that he had been given. He was to be the next Pharaoh. That much of power he had. God had to make him powerful because God's reasons were different. The Hebrews were in captivity, sort of living in bitter waters. He was to be used as a branch that would make the water sweet. The branch will be the deliverer of the Hebrews, the chosen one of God. This special soul was first sent, then saved, then placed in a place where he learned the ways of the pharaohs and the kingship and the power that could make him deliver the Hebrews. Therefore, this was also a sort of Hebrews being delivered from the bitter waters, which is important. Such souls are there. Then there are many souls that are born with a self-esteem, high self-esteem. They are also been sent specially by God. Like if you take the life of King Solomon, he was specially gifted with wisdom. It was a gift that he asked God and God gave him. The person who lives with wisdom lives in a very high esteem because that is how God has made him. And people only who have good knowledge, self-respect, high self-esteem will stay with them. The rest will move on because they will try to put them down, but they won't be able to do that. So eventually they leave. Only good people with self-respect and high self-esteem stays with them. Solomon's mother stayed with him. and she would sit next to him in a little lower seat because she herself was a wise woman and always protecting her son, giving him good advice. Never let him do wrong. She would always advise him in the right path because she also had a great self esteem. That is what she gave to her child. This self esteem makes people do the right things, right decisions. And God had given him a power and a name to make the temple of God, the temple of Jerusalem. Another thing is how to reflect yourself. There are people, like if you stand in front of the mirror will give you your image, the correct image. The mirror will reflect. It will never show any fakeness in that. Whatever you look like, you are seen in the mirror. Some people are born like that. They just reflect what they are. They can never stoop down to be fake. Because in fakeness, you may get the praises of others, but God will never praise you. In your reflection, what you show, what you are inside of you, you will always be a precious one. Such souls also come in the world who show their reflection for what they are. Take the story of Joseph. He was a good boy, much connected to God and loved by the father. The other brothers, the siblings, hated him for that because he was loved by God. They sold him to the strangers, accused him, told lies about him, and then God had placed him in such a place later, even after being accused by the Pharaoh's wife wrongly. God's chosen ones are always placed in a certain place for a reason. It is always a reason. He could have been very sad and accused God and been very annoyed with God. Why did my brothers, sisters, or my people did like this with me? I wasn't a bad person. God, you loved me so much. Why did you allow them to do this to me? But God had a reason. Because God had to put him in a certain place of authority to save again his own people. During the famine, when the brothers came, they could not recognize him, but he recognized his brothers. He did not show his power. He reflected what he was inside, a loving, kind, and a good human. He could not take revenge from his brothers now by sending them back and not giving them any grain. They could have died. He had a chance to take the revenge which he did not take because he could not reflect which he is not. What was inside of him as a good human, he reflected only that. The reflection. Born are such souls. They cannot change because God doesn't want them to change. God has given them a heart like this that even if people do wrong to them, they will never be able to do wrong to them. Whether they forgive them or don't forgive them, but wrong they will never do because they leave it to God for that. God has his ways to punish people. Who are we to do that? Another souls, I would say, are born with acceptance. So while I was reading the chapter of Ruth, I saw she accepted her widowhood. That I have nothing now left. My husband is gone. My mother-in-law is alone, going back to Bethlehem. She is a widow too, lost both her sons, her husband. The other daughter-in-law went back. But Ruth, accepting her situation, whatever she was that time and in the present form, she accepted her widowhood and went with the mother-in-law. Wherever she goes, she goes. She said, whatever is your faith is my faith. Whoever is your God is my God. What an acceptance, a powerful acceptance of a woman. God had made her soul like that, of accepting things, accepting the situation. Whatever is ever is the present situation, accept it. Because in future, God had kept something very, very big for her. She became a wife later on of a very wealthy, powerful man. Through him, the line of Jesus had come. Through Ruth and Boaz, Jesse was born. And through Jesse, David was born. And then the Jesus line of Jesus came through her. She wasn't a Hebrew. She was a Moabite. But her acceptance to the present situation made her a woman of a good soul, which was accepting her present situation, which is important. So these are all the kind of souls who accept what they are, in whatever place they are, whatever kind of situation they are, wherever they are placed at the present moments. Those who reflect what they are from inside, they reflect outside. There is no fakeness. Those who are like changing the bitter waters into sweet waters, they have this power by God. Such people, they come for divine sources. They have to show the divine power of God. God uses people, uses the physical form of the people. Therefore, these souls that are sent by God have to come in a physical form, as Jesus came in the physical form to change the people and show them the right path. So whenever you see people who do not change, who reflect what they are from inside, they have no fakeness. People who are good and they accept whatever is their situation are the people whom further God is going to use. They are already very successful. They need not worry about that. In acceptance, in not being fake, in being in the divine form, God has already made them very, very successful. And that is how God uses the souls that God has made and sent on the earth. You will find many good preachers also. You find many good scriptures also written by very good people. They leave behind. And I was thinking about the President of America. The slavery was demolished by him. The slavery had been for such a long time. The human race was tortured. But Abraham Lincoln came, a good soul sent by God in the physical form to abolish. In India also, we had a very bad custom. If a husband dies, the woman was also put on the funeral pyre with the husband. And she was burnt alive, which is called sati, S-A-T-I. That kind of a thing was there before, which was again demolished by a very good soul. So these kind of soul are very powerful and they are sent by God to show His divine power. There are these 5 kind of souls that I thought of writing, and then with the example from the biblical narrations I have taken. And in our life also we see so many people take such good decisions that many people are saved because of their decisions. Same as the evil people take wrong decisions and then the people get into trouble. When you recognize a good soul, try and hear, try and understand and value it, Because it is written in the Bible, there are many fake preachers. They will do fake things and they will make people go blind in their faith, following them wrong ways, which is not at all required. The divine power is free there for us. If we want to find it, we don't have to go to any place, any gurus or any place. You just be connected. And if you are a good soul, which you will come to know later in life, because once a child is born, it doesn't know what it has come for. Where will it go? Where will it stay? What will happen with his life? In various places, various circumstances, they will be living in various different places. God knows why they are there, why they are placed there. Whatever they are doing, God has plans for that. Because He has reason for them to place there. He has reason for them to do that. Believe in that. It will be one day revealed to you. That was the purpose that you had come in this world. The purpose eventually does get revealed. This was the message I wanted to give today. It's not day here in India, it's night, and heavy rains you can see behind me. God bless you all. Do subscribe, share and like my videos. And the name of my channel is Words of Wisdom Decoded by Anita Gunepal. Thank you so much for watching and good night to all of you. God bless you.